Number 5.
Okay. I know it's a reality show. Am I going to fade the Cowboys because of a reality show? A little bit. I will say I do worry about Dak Prescott making it through the season on that repaired ankle. I don't think Mike McCarthy is a great coach. I thought the hire in the first place was lackluster, and I still see some of the stupid stuff from Jerry Jones that I think has been counterproductive. It's interesting. They talked about in the beginning of Hard Knocks, 3 Super Bowl titles. It's been 26 years, and the one common denominator over the 26 years has been the Jones boys being around. And Jerry Jones, while he is fading a bit, he's 78 years old, and he's involved talking to Mike McCarthy. I don't think he should be in meetings. I don't think he should be having separate conversations with the freaking trainer about Dak Prescott, and then he's pushing the trainer to get Prescott out there throwing short passes when he's got a shoulder injury. And it's all, I know it's reality TV, but it's all the kind of stuff that freaking should drive Cowboy fans nuts about Jerry Jones interference. Let the football people and the doctors do their job. Just enjoy what you got. Watch the game. I mean, he's having a breakdown. I don't know what was going on there. Maybe there's something emotional that day. He's holding a press conference. He's getting all beclamped. It's like, what's going on here?
I mean, all of that, everything you said, I just boiled down to. I'm worried that Dak Prescott gets bored to death hanging around McCarthy all the time.
Oh my God! It's
because
just
no
inspiration. I did kind of like the fact that Dak Prescott seems like a real nerd.
Yeah.
And then he's like all frustrated. They're trying to pull back the reins, and then of course he's got now this shoulder strain that you see on the show that he's dealing with. It just, I don't know, man. The vibe, it just seems the same every freaking year. Where you're like, is this coach a big time coach? Why is the owner meddling? There seems to be a lack of leadership. Just it's a weird mix. And then on top of all that, the thing that there's a lot of stuff that bothers. Believe me, we'll get to the second me talk before we get out of here. That was a freaking joke. Come on there. And then the weirdness with Jerry Jones and his breakfast sandwich. I think I'll say this. There's been a lot of eating stories, and we'll also get to what's going on with the rookie linebacker, Micah Parsons. But there's been a lot of weird eating stories over the years. The worst ever and the most disgusting ever, which is funny because this guy rails against competitive eating, was Peter King eating popcorn in front of Jerry Jones on 9,000 Hard Knocks ago. It was like, Pete, this is disgusting, okay? But that breakfast sandwich that Jerry Jones was eating, first of all, you're a billionaire. Who's getting a fast food breakfast sandwich and then you're like, I need more salt on it? Where's your chef?
Yeah, that and
he should have a chef and someone should feed him the food.
I could be wrong. I didn't go back and watch this. I was like making
so
notes.
Weird looking. The cheese isn't melted. It just looked gross. Everything's falling apart with this organization. I thought it was first class.
I was making notes as I was watching it, so I didn't go back and look. I probably should have.
I love that. I was making notes as I was watching.
I have so many notes.
I do the same exact thing. I'm sitting there. I sit there in a text, and I'm like, okay.
I was looking back at my notes from yesterday. I'm like, good Lord, I wrote a lot of things down. I feel like it was also, he had a little tiny breakfast sandwich on a giant plate.
Yeah.
Like, who's plating this? I feel like he bought one from a fast food place. I think I know where it was from. But I think he bought one from a fast food place and then put it on a plate to make it, I guess, look better. Like, oh, it's a very professional plate that you have there, but it's also still the same garbage breakfast sandwich. I don't know what's going on with this guy. And you're right, the salt. If there's anything about those sandwiches, there's so much salt.
This is from us.
There's so much salt on
There's
it.
no less healthy show in the country, and we're like wagging our finger. I wrote my notes. Jones breakfast sandwich looks like crap. No melted cheese. Salt out of a shaker. Even I take the freaking salt in the shaker, put it in my hand. I mean, this is from watching cooking shows, and then just a dash. That's it. Just a little dash.
Salt bag guy?
Yeah, just a dash.
You don't shake it?
No.
Why?
Ridiculous. You gotta watch your salt intake. He's 78.
Well, I'm not saying he shook it like 18 times.
Yeah.
I'm saying you shake once. Shake once out of the food and then you're good.
That's good enough. A lot of things to work on.
Especially, like I said, I feel like one of the problems with those sandwiches is they're way too salty to begin with. What are we doing here, Jerry?
Number 4.
Yeah, all the hardcore football breakdown of Hard Knocks is coming around 6:03. Not on the show.
I've got some.
Interesting conversation.
Elliott, receiver this year, running so many routes.
I know we got it slated for later. Worst to first. This has happened 19 times since 2002. Team in last place in the division has gone to first the next year. So you assume it's going to happen. Is it? Yeah. Odds on this. So the teams are the Niners, the Eagles, the Broncos, the Jaguars, the Falcons, the Bengals, the Lions, and the Jets. Well, it never looks like it's possible when you look at the list. The Niners would be the obvious one, but the odds suck. They're only plus 190. I need something better than that.
Well, it sounds crazy to say it's chalk to go with a team that was last place last year, but that is the answer. I mean, the 49ers, I think, are going to win the NFC West. They are a team that obviously went through a ton of injuries, were decimated last year, and so I think just getting the guys back that they got back will help. They've got Trey Lance to go in at some point at quarterback too, which I think energizes the offense. We know they can run the ball in that system, so I just think the 49ers are not only the most likely of these teams, but I think they're likely. I think they should be the favorite to win that division. So I like them to do it. The problem with the other ones isn't necessarily that they couldn't be better. Like, I think the Falcons could be a little bit better. The Bengals should be improved. The Lions should be improved. The Jets, I actually think, are a mess still. But, like, look at the teams at the top of those divisions. Real tough favorites in some of those divisions. I think the Niners are clearly, and again, obviously, but they're clearly the choice to pick here of going worst to first.
Number 3.
And to bring up issues this early to try to stir the pot seems a little weak, but Bart Scott tried it the other day. Are we serious on this outrage, or is it faux outrage? Bart Scott accused Cam Newton of body shaming Mac Jones. And you know, if you've seen Cam, you know, and behind the scenes stuff, Cam likes to give everyone nicknames.
Sure.
Mac Jones, he dubbed him Mac and Cheese. So Bart Scott thinks this is a reference to his blubbery physique.
I mean, I don't think he's blubbery.
Is he fat shaming him?
No, we've seen
he's not blubbery compared to us, but he's not exactly a ripped individual.
No, but
he's like chubby Tom Brady at the beginning of Tom Brady's career in that combine photo.
Right. I mean, he's dad body.
Yeah.
And by the way, I didn't mean body like bod-e, body guy.
Right.
But I don't think I clearly, when I hear Mac and Cheese as his nickname, I'm like, oh, they're calling the fat guy Mac and Cheese. No, he's not.
Mac.
Not
Mac Jones. It's Mac and Cheese.
It's just Cam. Here's the thing.
Mac Truck. Is that better?
Cam is awful at nicknames.
He's really
but
bad.
He loves them.
He loves them, I know.
And he tries to come up with them for everybody, and he's just not very creative. Like, this is a real reach.
Yeah, Bart Scott said that's disrespectful, right? That brings up something totally different. Mac and Cheese is like one of the most disrespectful nicknames I've heard in a long time. And this dude thinks it's a term of endearment. Like, I don't know if somebody told him he's pretty much body shaming him. No, he's not.
It's Mac Jones, Mac and Cheese. It's just that he's bad at coming up with nicknames. Don't read any more into it. You don't have to. It's silly.
Was there a look shaming going on between Matt LaFleur and Art Smith, the Falcons coach?
I mean, it's going on like 3 days now.
What's going on here is Matt LaFleur is kind of a pretty boy, and Art Smith is a former football player and at times can look like an unmade bed. Is he saying Arthur Smith is kind of ugly?
Well, they're very close friends. They were on the same staff as assistant coaches, and I guess they shared a locker room.
Okay.
And Arthur Smith was asked, I believe, directly, you know, what kind of insight can you tell us about LaFleur? And he's like, oh, great coach, good dude. But he spends about an hour every day looking at himself in the mirror, making sure that he looks good before the game. And Matt LaFleur was actually asked about it at his press conference. And his response I thought was good. He goes, what took you guys so long? He was like, why did it take you so long to ask me? Of course somebody was going to mention this. I knew that he said it. Why didn't you ask me sooner?
Oh, wow.
And then he went into basically, well, you know, he can say I look in the mirror all I want, but I'm not the one that uses hair club for men to fix my head.
Is he accusing Arthur Smith of dyeing his hair?
Sure. And then Arthur Smith actually, I saw earlier today, fired back again and basically accused LaFleur of taking way too long to come up with a response. Like, I can't believe it took him 24 hours to come up with that. It was terrible. So now I guess we're going to get another response tomorrow from Matt LaFleur. I guess they're just going to go back and forth like every day.
Do you think deep down LaFleur really likes the discussion of him looking in the mirror because he is a pretty boy?
No.
And he's like, why didn't you ask me about this before?
Well, this is
I love my looks.
because this is also, I mean, it's eerily reminiscent of the story we heard about Jamie Dixon,
Yeah, Jamie Dixon and his hair.
who ducked into like a a high school like JV
Dude, I'm
locker room
telling you.
bathroom.
I'm with him. Like when you get the bald spot in the back and then you try to grow the front out, like you do have to sculpt it because there are a lot of days there are a lot of days where I'm wearing the headphones and I'm doing this stupid, Trumpian Jamie Dixon sculpting thing to try to cover the bald spot where like anything can throw you off. So I just don't care enough. But I mean, I can see why Jamie Dixon's in the bathroom, like,
Sure.
trying to comb it. And you guys caught him doing it.
Yeah, sure. So Arthur Smith's response today was, I've been graying since I was 20. I don't look like I've got black shoe polish in my hair, so go figure. But no, I love Matt LaFleur. He's one of my good friends in the business. But the rebuttal did take him a full day.
I think I'm gonna start dyeing mine. I was watching more what's it called Bar Rescue, and
Sure.
Taffer has all different color hair because he got a hair job
Natural.
too. I mean, there's times it looks like it's really black.
I mean, his new show, Hair Rescue.
Hair, well, he could do it. He could do it, man. He's been screaming a lot lately on the show. Got him into it.
The Las Vegas season.
Just the yelling and screaming and all those great celebrities he's brought in.
Number 2.
That was sarcasm on some of the episodes.
Whoa.
I know. I'm going to call him out. Headline just out in the local paper, the RJ. Raiders say mask mandate will be enforced at Allegiant Stadium. Here we go. We got a game this Saturday against Seattle.
Bravo.
How are they going to do this one? Adam's all about it. He's a eternal masker. Boy, the ushers, these poor ushers.
Oh, I feel bad for him.
And by the way, what happens like with Gorilla Rilla? Do you make them take off, or her take off the gorilla mask and actually put on a real mask that's safe?
I think that counts as a mask.
Oh, it does?
I think so.
Come on, Raiders fans. You're going to be okay with this? And then NFL fans who bought the tickets, do you think this is going to be upheaval?
I'll just say this. Feel however you want. Be mad about it, whatever you want. Do not be jackasses to the ushers or the security guards or people at the stadium. Wear your stupid mask. Nobody likes it. It's what the rules are. We're trying to save people's lives. We get it. You don't like it. You like your freedom. Fine. Argue with somebody else. Do not treat those people poorly. Seriously.
Do you have any clue what your assignment will be on game day, on a preseason game? Do you guys talk about it now, or you wait until day of?
It'll be Dave. I mean, I'll be writing to whoever is a star.
If
a sidebar,
anyone from the paper listens to the show, Adam absolutely has to do a feature on the masking and has to spend.
Can't mingle.
Why can't you spend a half as a security guy?
Can't mingle.
As a usher?
Can't mingle with the people. It's got to be in your area.
What a nightmare. What about someone who's not normally credentialed to the Raiders? Why not a features writer?
Sure, we can send somebody to sit in the stands. We got to buy them a ticket for like $350.
That's a good point. I guess they couldn't get hired as an usher on this short notice. God, that would be tremendous. Yeah, like Adam said, just follow the rules.
And if you don't like it, you don't like it. That's fine. Don't be a jerk to people who are there to do